Hi, this is Shankar, and today I will try to answer very basic questions of astrology for my viewers, so that you understand astrology basically, and I'll try to put them in question answers form, and we'll do it in two videos and maybe one video, or two videos of half an hour each. Now let us understand what does each house indicate. So let me start from first house, ascendant. Ascendant indicates the body, mind, soul, and business. The second house indicates worries of family, uh, worries of finance, and a right eye. The third house indicates adventure, enterprise, foreign travel, small journeys, right ear, and the hands. The fourth house indicates house, estate, vehicle, happiness from friends, mothers, partnership, peace of mind, and transfer. The fifth house indicates children and children education. The sixth house is disease, enemies, and right foot. Seventh house is love, married life, secret organs. Eighth house is death, jail, left foot, execution. Ninth house is fortune and wealth. 10th house is power, reputation, position, fame, honor, promotion, fatherly happiness, and the heart. 11th house, worries of income or circulation of money, left ear and hand. The 12th house is expenditure, loss, interest, bankruptcy, short travels, and left eye. So this is what the 12 houses indicate. The second question is would be why a planet is called a significator of certain houses, and what are they? So the first house, the significator of first house, ascendant is Sun. For the second house is Jupiter. Third house is Mars. Fourth house is Moon and Mercury. Fifth house is Jupiter. Sixth house is Mars and Saturn. Seventh is Venus. Eighth Saturn. Ninth Jupiter and Sun. 10th will be Mercury, Sun, Jupiter, and Saturn. 11th house is Jupiter. 12th house is Saturn. Now, the next question would come, which I would have propositioned is, what kind of results come out if proper attention is not paid to the significator of the planet in the matter of prediction? So, let's give an example also. If proper attention is not paid to the signification of the planet or planets in the matter of predictions, there are chances of wrong predictions. For example, if Moon is a significator of fourth house, hence she is related to fourth house, the native gains the happiness of house, vehicle, even though the fourth lord is weak. So if the significator is strong and the lord is weak, they compensate for each other. That is why significator is very important. Why is Sun considered as a benefic for the first, ninth, and 10th house? The Sun is considered benefic for these houses because he is a significator of soul, mind, and body, fortune, wealth, position, honor, power, fame, promotion, and fatherly happiness. First, ninth, and 10th house also indicate these matters. Why is it Mars is considered? Why is Mars is considered the benefit of third and sixth house? Mars by nature represents adventure, valor, foreign countries, destroyer of enemies and diseases. He is also the significator of thus of third and sixth house. Hence, Mars is considered the benefic significator for third and sixth. So there is a logic behind everything. What is the result if the Lord of ninth house is placed in ninth house and if the Lord of 12th is placed in 12th? Simple logic which I would like to give. If the Lord of ninth house is in the ninth house becomes doubly powerful. The natives of such a combination gains full happiness or wealth. In the same way, Lord of 12th house is placed in the 12th house becomes doubly powerful. The native of such combination gets unhappiness over expenditure, loss, debt, interest, and insolvency. So these four, five things will happen in his life. To the extent they're compensated, etc., you will see from other things. Why is the help of planets and houses? Consideration is taken into in giving the answer whether the native will be rich or not, whether the native will get power, position, fame or not. Which planets signify this position? The answer of getting rich is based on ninth house. The answer of getting rich is based on ninth house. Lord of ninth house and its significator the Sun and Jupiter. So the Lord of ninth house, Sun and Jupiter. For power, position, honor and fame, the answer is based on the 10th house. Lord of 10th house and its significators Sun, Jupiter, Mercury and Saturn. So that's how you have to see. Why the help of houses and the planets, the answer of new adventure with success and failure should be given. For the answer of any question based on any new adventure, enterprise, business, third house, Lord of third house and Mars, the significator of third house should be considered. I mean, one would get success in new adventure and there is no relation of Saturn or malefic with the third house, its Lord and its significator is Mars. Otherwise, it will end with failure. So third house significator is Mars. So Lord of third house, Mars, should not have any relationship with Saturn also. It will be a success. Explain the minute difference of the result given by Mars and Saturn even though they are significant in the sixth house. So the next logical question is, Mars and Saturn both are significant in the sixth house. Mars and Saturn both are significant in the sixth house, but here Mars acts as a destroyer of enemies, whereas Saturn creates diseases and enemies. Mars is victorious, while Saturn is the defeated one. So I hope you understand. Mars and Saturn both are significators of the sixth house, but here Mars acts as a destroyer of diseases and enemies, whereas Saturn creates diseases and enemies. Mars is victorious, while Saturn is the defeated one. Which planet is direct? Which planet is retrograde? Which planet is called rise or combust? How one can know whether the planet is rise or combust? The planet which moves forward is called a direct planet, and the planet which moves backward is a retrograde planet. The planet which is seen at night at any time in the sky is known as the rise planet, and the planet which is not seen in the night at any time is called the combust planet. When a planet comes near the sun, it becomes invisible and is called combust. What is the effect of Mercury, Jupiter or Venus when they are direct or when they become retrograde? If Mercury, Jupiter and Venus is direct in the birth chart, is called powerful and give powerful results. Powerful results. Where is it if Mercury, Jupiter or Venus is retrograde in the birth chart, he is called weak and will give weak results. What is the result of the Lord of a quadrant and trine if it is exalted or debilitated? The Lord of a quadrant or trine is exalted, is a powerful planet that gives powerful results to its houses. And if the Lord of quadrant or trine is debilitated, becomes weak and gives weak results of its houses. What is the importance? Which are the important houses in the human life? Let's explain it with reasons. The prosperity of human life is based on the body, mind and soul. First house on intelligence and education. Fifth house, body, mind and soul. It's based on which is the first house. Intelligence and education is fifth house, and fortune or wealth is ninth house. And they are considered as the foundation of human prosperity for happiness. Which are the houses of quadrant? Which are the houses of trine? For which particular these houses are well known. The first 4th, 7th and 10th houses are known as the house of quadrant, whereas the 1st, 5th and 9th houses are called the houses of trine. They are well known for the advancement and prosperity of human beings. More powerful these houses are, more advancement and prosperity for the native. Which planet is exalted in which sign? Which planet is debilitated in which sign? What result is given by the exalted and debilitated planet? Each planet becomes exalted and debilitated in the signs below. The exalted planet is considered to be powerful if it gives more results, whereas the debilitated planet is considered to be weak and gives less result. Sun is exalted in Aries, debilitated in Libra. Moon is exalted in Taurus, debilitated in Scorpio. Mars is exalted in Capricorn, debilitated in Cancer. Mercury is exalted in Virgo, debilitated in Pisces. Jupiter in Cancer, debilitated in Capricorn. Venus in Pisces, debilitated in Virgo. Saturn in Libra and debilitated in Aries. Why is Sun considered to be exalted in Aries? What is the astrological principle? The nature, influence, personality, effect, dwelling places or occupation with the sign Aries possesses is also possessed by Sun. That is why Sun is considered to be exalted in the sign Aries. In the same way, it would be considered for the remaining planets, the Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus and Saturn. Which are the friends and enemies of each planet? Sun's friends are Moon, Mars and Jupiter. Neutral is Mercury. Enemies are Venus and Saturn. Moon friends are Sun and Mercury. And as for being concerned, neutral is Mars, Jupiter, Venus and Saturn. Enemies are none for Mars. Friends are Sun, Moon, Jupiter. Neutral, Venus and Saturn. Enemies is Mercury. Friends are Sun and Venus. Neutral is Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. Enemy is Moon. So you should understand, Moon loves Mercury, but Mercury does not love Moon. Jupiter, Sun, Moon, Mars, friends. Neutral is Saturn and enemies is Mercury, Venus. Friends are Mercury and Mercury. Neutral is Jupiter. Enemies are Sun and Moon. Saturn, friends are Mercury, Venus. Neutral is Jupiter and enemies will be Sun, Moon and Mars. Proof that the Moon is loved by all the other planets and Jupiter is quite important and non-revengeful. Looking at the table of natural friendship of the planets, none of the planet is an enemy of the Moon and Jupiter is not an enemy to any planet. Hence, the Moon is loved by everyone and the nature of Jupiter is quite truthful, impartial and non-revengeful. Where does each planet aspect? What is meant by conjunction and opposition? Every planet has the seventh house, and there it is suited and creates the effect according to its position. Additionally, Saturn aspects the third and eighth house, Mars aspects the fourth and eighth house, and Jupiter aspects the fifth and ninth house, and where it is situated. When two planets are situated in one house, it is called conjunction. When two planets aspect each other, being in the house from each other, it is called opposition. Which are the planets the groups of gods? Which are the planets the groups of devils? Which are victorious and the defeated ones? Compare each planet with the character of Mahabharata. The Sun, Moon, Mars, Jupiter are in the group of gods and are victorious ones. Like Mercury, Venus, and Saturn are the groups of Mercury, Venus, and Saturn and the group of devils and are defeated ones. The character of each planet is as follows. The Sun is Lord Krishna, Moon is Draupadi, Mars is Arjun or Bhima, Mercury is Karna, Jupiter is Yudhishthir, Venus is Dronacharya, and Saturn is Duryodhana. What is the reason that the Sun, Moon, and Mars give more powerful result in the ascendant of Sagittarius, of Pisces, of Jupiter? And what is the reason that Mercury, Venus, and Saturn give weak results in the same ascendant? That is Sagittarius. The Sun, Moon, and Mars give very powerful results in the ascendant of Sagittarius or Pisces or Jupiter because they are on the God side, whereas Mercury, Venus, and Saturn are all on the devil sides and are enemies to Jupiter. Hence, they give less results in the ascendant of Sagittarius or Pisces of Jupiter. Why is the successive effects of nature in planets of God group and devils group on a native? The successive effect of nature of planets of God group is the Moon, Queen of Gods, Jupiter, Teacher of Gods, Sun, the King of Gods, and Mars, Commander-in-Chief of Gods. By planet of devils group is Mercury, Finance Minister, Venus, Teacher of Devils, and Saturn, the King of Devils. Describe the house or houses of each planet. The Sun is the king living in a house like a palace. The Moon is the queen living in a beautiful house just like a palace. But in addition to this, it is surrounded by gardens, flowers, fountains, etc. It is also artificially decorated with gold, silver ornaments, and jewels and vehicles. Mars is the commander-in-chief, doctor, lawyer, engineer, etc., living in a house similar to that of a minister, suitable to his rank, full of volumes of laws, wars, machinery, engineering, and history. Mercury is commerce, living in a house that of a businessman, full of literature regarding commerce and revenue. Jupiter is a teacher of gods, living in a house that of a teacher or a professor, full of books on all subjects. Venus is a teacher of devil, living in a house suitable for a teacher of devils with few books of primary education. Saturn is the devil, an illiterate, living in a house like that of a devil, merely a hut. What is the effect of the sign in the house in which the Lord of Ascendant is situated? What is the effect of the sign of the house in which the Lord of Ascendant is situated? A lot of importance is given to the Lord of Ascendant. Let's understand this very clearly. I made this question and this is the answer. The effect of the sign of the house in which the Lord of Ascendant is situated causes the native to live surroundings to the nature, status, business, position, and house of that sign, which is the condition that if the native acts accordingly to the nature of the occupation of the Lord of that sign. For instance, the Lord of Ascendant Venus is in the house of Moon, that is the sign of Cancer. The native passes his life according to the nature, status, position, and house of the Moon. In the same way, Jupiter, the Lord of Ascendant, placed in the house of Sun and Leo, the native passes his or her life according to the nature, status, position, or house of the Sun. And if the Sun, Lord of Ascendant, is the house of Jupiter, he or she passes the life according to the nature, status, position of the house of Jupiter. What is the effect of planets situated in the ascendant or which aspects the ascendant? What is the effect of planets situated in the ascendant or which aspect the ascendant? That is, who are in conjunction with the ascendant or planets in the ascendant. The ascendant is very important, or ascendant Lord and the ascendant is very important. If the planet is situated in the ascendant or aspects the ascendant, the native is influenced by the nature of that planet. For instance, if Sun is in the first house or aspects the first house, the native is influenced only by the nature, not the house of the Sun. But if the first Lord is an inferior house to its own house, then the planet which is situated in the ascendant or which aspects the ascendant gives a support to the first lord, and it maintains the position of the first lord only. For instance, if Sagittarius ascendant, for instance, in Sagittarius ascendant, the sun is in the first house or aspects the first house, and if the lord of Jupiter, and if his lord Jupiter is in Capricorn, in inferior house, Saturn to this inferior house of Saturn to his house, the sun would give support to Jupiter and maintain its own position. In the same way, it should be understood in the case of Lord, if he is the 6th, 8th or 12th, except in the house of, in the same way, it should be understood in the case of first Lord, if he is the 6th, 8th or 12th house, excepting in the house of Mars. So please understand this very clearly, that if, like we say in Sagittarius, the Lord of Sagittarius is in its debilitation, that is, it is in Capricorn, but Sun aspects the first house or is the first house, then Sun will help Jupiter maintain its position. That is, Sun will give its power to Jupiter. Same we have to say planets which are in the ascendant, which aspect the ascendant, or the planets which are with ascendant, that actually raises the horoscope, even if the ascendant is in the 6th, 8th or 12th house. It should not be in the house of Mars. So this is my research, and this is very important for people who are doing astrology, to see ascendant, a lot of the other things, and then see how is the whole horoscope level raised. What is the effect of planet which is situated with the Lord of Ascendant? If a planet is situated with the Lord of Ascendant, the native is affected only by the nature of that planet. But if the planet of the first Lord, being situated in its own significating house, makes the native to come under the nature, status, position, and house of that planet, it is better. If it is better. For instance, if the first Lord is in the first house, while the Sun, its significator of first house, makes the native to come under the nature, status, position, and house of the Sun. Let me explain it again. If a planet is situated with the Lord of the Ascendant, the native is affected only by the nature of that planet. But if the planet which is the first Lord, being situated in its own house, significating house, makes the native to come under the nature, status, position, and house of that planet, if it is better. For instance, if the first Lord is in the first house, then with the Sun, which is the significator of that house, first house, makes the native to come under the nature, status, position, and house of the Sun. In the same way, if the first Lord is situated in the second house with Jupiter, in the third house with Mars, in fourth house with Moon and Mercury, in fifth house with Jupiter, in sixth house with Mars or Saturn, seventh house with Venus, eighth house with Saturn, ninth house with Sun and Jupiter, in 10th house with Sun, Mercury, Jupiter or Saturn, in 11th house with Jupiter and 12th house with Saturn, makes the native come under the nature, profession, status of the house accordingly. What is the effect of the planet which aspects the Lord of Ascendant? What is the effect which aspects the Lord of Ascendant? The effect of the planet which aspects the Lord of Ascendant makes the native come under the nature, status, position, and house of that planet. The effect of that planet which aspects the house is considered powerful than a planet. The effect of the house which aspects the house is considered powerful than a planet which is situated in the very house. What is the effect of the first Lord who represents the first house? If the first Lord representing the first house makes native to come under its own nature, state of position, and the house of the sign in which it is situated, if it is better. What is the effect of the planet who aspects the first house or first Lord when the first Lord aspects the first house? The effect of the planet which aspects the house or the first Lord when the first Lord aspects the first house makes the native to come under the nature, status, position of the house, if it is better. What is the effect of Saturn when he is in the first house? The effect of Saturn, the first Lord is same as shown above. In addition to it, if any planet aspected one-sided by Saturn makes the native to come under the influence of status, makes the influence to come under the native status position of house aspected the right if it is better. For instance, ascendant Capricorn, first Lord Saturn aspects the moon one-sided, makes the native to come under the nature, status, position, and the house of the moon, etc. So this is how it absorbs. I mean, the ascendant is so powerful that it always absorbs the energy of the better house, which is there. What is the effect of the devil-sided planets who is first lord of Venus or Mercury, who is situated in the sign of Devil. The effect of the effect of the effect of the effect. What is the affected? What is the affected? What is the affected of the Devil sided planet, who is the first lord Venus or Mercury, who is situated in the sign of Devil. The effect of Venus or Mercury, the first lord, is same as shown above. In addition to it, if Saturn aspects the first house, or any planet is aspected one-sided with Saturn, the native come under the influence under the nature, Saturn's position and house of that aspected planet if it is better. What is the best houses? What are the best houses of the planets? The houses of the Sun, the Moon, Mars and Mercury are the best houses in descending order. What is the effect of the native if the Lord of the Ascendant is 29 or 0 degrees? The Lord of the Ascendant is 29 or 0 degrees, then the native tries to live adjusting himself according to the nature of the sign of the Ascendant or of a planet who is related to the first house. What is called the malefic planet? A planet which is the lord of 6th, 8th and 12th and not the lord of a quadrant of a trine 1, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10 are called as a malefic planet. For what particulars the 6th, 8th, 12th house are well known, why they are supported by Saturn. The 6th, 8th, 12th houses are well known as malefics. These houses are creator of difficulties in human life and are supported by Saturn because he is a significator supporter of these three houses, that is the significator of loss, debt, interest, enemies, diseases and death. Why one cannot expect benefic results from Saturn given three characteristic name of Saturn. Saturn is a significator of debt, loss, interest, expenditure, disease, enemies and death. Hence one cannot expect benefic results from Saturn. The characteristic names of Saturn are as follows: Saturn is death, Saturn is devil, Saturn is illiterate and blockheaded. Why Saturn gives malefic results? Why Saturn gives malefic results? What particular quality be possessed by which a native is benefited sometimes, even though Saturn is a significator of 6th, 8th and 12th house, that is a significator of loss, debts, expenditure, interest, diseases, enemies and death. Yet one superb quality he possesses is that of a gigantic capacity. Gigantic capacity. A native is benefited by the gigantic capacity of Saturn only when if it is aspected one side by a benefic planet. So this gigantic capacity of Saturn, please remember. What is the reason that the native does not become a multimillionaire even when Saturn is the lord of 9th house and is situated in 9th itself? If Saturn is the lord of 9th house and situated in 9th house itself, till Saturn cannot make a native multimillionaire because Saturn is the significator of loss, debt, interest, expenditure, interest, enemies, diseases and death. It is rather difficult to become a multimillionaire with the help of an ordinary illiterate person like Saturn. It has to be expected by some good impact should be there. How can one know whether a native will become a millionaire when Saturn is the lord of 9th house? When Saturn is the lord of 9th house and one wants to know whether the native would become a millionaire, one should see the relation of benefic planets with the 9th lord and 9th house and its lord. It should be noted whether these benefic planets are in the groups of God or whether or not, and whether the first lord is in the sign of gods. What is the sort of native passes the 9th lord except Saturn is situated in the 9th house itself? Beside that, if the malefic planets have also formed relationship with the 9th lord. In such a case, great ups and downs will be in a native's life. Sometimes he sleeps on the bed of flowers and sometimes on the floor. Who is Saturn? Give the characteristics. Saturn is deaf, stammering, blind, lame or hand-cuts. He is fearful with swollen eyelids, thick nose, big teeth and serpent-like eyes. He likes to eat sour things, so the legs are stiff and he walks with the support of a stick. He is wretched, dirty, desperate and failure. Saturn is sage with fearful face and big beard and mustaches. He also has a gigantic body. Saturn lives in dirty places, has no place to sleep, is addicted to liquor, jobless, spendthrift, debtor, loser and insolvent. Saturn is enemy of peace, superstition, illiterate and thick-headed. He is without family He is without family, killer of son, loser of honor, power, position, fame. He has no fortune or wealth. He is always worried by enemies and cases in court. He is cruel, unreliable, treacherous, cunning, thief, undertaking unreal adventures, drunkard, and gambler. He is destroyer of his own good. Saturn is death, a liar, evil speaker, abuser, bully, and gives curses. Saturn is the ghost and spirit. He terrorizes and harasses the people with the help of spirit. What planets? What planet is benefic and malefic in each ascendant? In Aries, in ascendant Aries and Scorpio. In ascendant Aries, Mercury, Saturn act as malefic, while the rest planets are benefic. In Taurus, Saturn acts as malefic, while the rest planets are benefic. In Gemini, Mars acts as malefic, while the rest planets are benefic. In ascendant Cancer, Mercury acts as a malefic, Saturn as a powerful malefic, while the rest of the planets are benefic. Ascendant Leo, Moon acts like a malefic, Saturn as a powerful malefic, and the rest of the planets are benefic. In ascendant Virgo, Mars and Sun act as malefic, while the rest planets are benefic. In ascendant Libra, Saturn acts as a malefic, while the rest planets are benefic. In the ascendant Sagittarius, Moon, Venus, and Saturn act as malefic, while the rest planets are benefic. In the ascendant Capricorn, Sun and Saturn act as malefic, while the rest planets are benefic. In ascendant Aquarius, the Moon acts as a malefic, Saturn is a powerful malefic, while the rest planets are benefic. In ascendant Pisces, Sun and Venus act as malefic, Saturn is powerful malefic, while the rest planets are benefic. Which planets are benefic and which planets are malefic? Suppose in a given horoscope, it depends what it is. It depends, and the most important thing is never forget ascendant, aspect of ascendant, the planets in ascendant lord, aspect of the ascendant lord, and the benefic planets. They make and break the planet. And remember, Saturn, with all its negativity, has got a gigantic capacity. Right from the what is the result if a malefic planet is debilitated? What is the result if malefic planet is 0 degrees? And what is the result if malefic planet is exalted? If any malefic planet is debilitated, it is considered as weak. It cannot create the obstacles or difficulties in the advancement of native life. So remember, if a negative planet, a very powerful negative planet, becomes negative, it gives you positive results. Remember that always, that is very important in astrology. Negative, negative, make positive. It cannot create. If it is 0 degrees, it is considered as ineffective. The nature of such combination reaches the top of the native of such combination reaches the top of prosperity without any hindrances. And if malefic planet is exalted, the native reaches the top of the prosperity by the help of malefic planets. So it depends, how it is. Even if a malefic planet, the native combination reaches without the hindrances, even if malefic planet is exalted. So if it is a 0 degree, it is 0 degree, and even if it is exalted, then also with the help that malefic planet will give very good results, because the planet itself is in effect does not have the power. What is the house of prosperity, and which house is the house of berries in the birth chart? In birth chart, the houses 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9 and 10 are the houses of prosperity, and the houses 2, 6, 8, 11, 12 are the houses of worries. What is the result is given if the malefic planet is related to the significating houses excepting Saturn. The malefic planet cannot give the malefic results of significating houses, and the result of these houses is considered to be malefic. But if the malefic planet aspects its own significating houses, it does give benefic results. For instance, Gemini is the malefic for Mars, is situated in the 12th house, and it aspects the 3rd and 6th house. The Mars gives benefic results for the 3rd and 6th house. So if the significator, like in Gemini, if Mars is in the 12th house, and then it will aspect the 3rd and 6th house, so it will give very good benefit results. So significating planets, if they look aspect, they give very good results, but if they're placed, they may not give very good results. Which planet is called powerful, weak, or ineffective? The planet which is at 29 or 0 degrees is called ineffective planet, and the planet which is of 1 or 28 degrees is called weak planet, excepting Mars and Saturn. If Jupiter, Venus, and Mercury is retrograde, or if the benefic planet is in the 6th, 8th, or 12th, excepting Mars, is considered to be weak also. If Jupiter, Venus, or Mercury is retrograde, or if benefic is considered to be weak also. The planet which is neither weak nor effective is called a powerful planet. The planet which is at 29 and 0 degrees, remember that, is called an ineffective planet. And the planet which is the 1 at 28 degrees is called weak planet, excepting Mars and Saturn. What is the result of a powerful, weak, and effective planet? A powerful planet gives powerful results. The weak planet gives less or weak results, and the ineffective benefic planet does not give any benefic results to its own houses or its significating houses. That is, the native loses the benefic results of its own and the significating houses. They are considered to be malefic. If the same way, if a malefic planet is of 29 degrees or 0 degrees, it is not able to give malefic results to the 2, 6, 8, 11, and 12 houses. So if a malefic planet like Mars and Saturn is at 29, 0 degrees, it is not able to give malefic results to the 2, 6, 8, 11, 12 houses, and the result is considered to be benefic. For instance, if in a birth chart Sagittarius ascendant, the moon is malefic, the ascendant of the moon is if she is 29 or 0 degrees, the result of her 8th house is considered to be benefic, and moreover, she being the significator of the 4th house, the native loses the benefic results of the 4th house, hence the results of 4th house considered to be malefic. In the same way, for Taurus ascendant, if the first lord Venus is of 29 or 0 degrees, the result is considered to be malefic for the first house. If the result is considered to be malefic for the first house, benefic for the 6th house, all the 6th house become ineffective, and malefic for the significating 7th house. So you have to see it in accordance of how it does. Can a debilitated or an ineffective planet have an aspect? The debilitation planet does not lose the sight of aspect, whereas the ineffective planet loses the sight of aspect. That is, a debilitated planet is able to throw an aspect, but a planet of 29 or 0 degree is not able to throw an aspect. In astronomical terms, the planet 29 or 0 degree is known as dead or extinct. What is the result? If a planet is combust in the birth chart, what is its relation to the sun? If any planet is combust in the birth chart, the combust planet acts as a, if any planet is combust, the combust planet acts as a benefic if the sun is benefic in the birth chart, and acts as malefic if the sun is malefic in the birth chart. What results is given if Mercury is combust in ascendant Aries, Cancer, and Scorpio? Mercury is considered to be malefic in the ascendant Aries, Cancer, and Scorpio, but if he is combust, he gives the result accordingly to the position of the sun. If these ascendants, the sun is benefic, the Mercury is to give benefic results. In these ascendants, the sun is benefic. And you remember, if Mercury becomes combust, negative makes positive. You have to see sun whether it is it a good planet or not. And if sun is good, effective, then Mercury will give benefic results. Ascendant, the sun is benefic, so Mercury will also give benefic results. Which planet is considered to be powerful? It is one which is situated in the house, or the one which is aspecting the house. The aspect of the planet should always be considered to be more powerful. The aspect of the planet should be always considered more powerful than for that particular house which is aspected by the planet. For instance, the birth chart given here, which is example here, Moon is to be considered powerful for the 9th house and Saturn for the 3rd house. Here the malefic effect created by the Saturn for the 9th house is destroyed by Moon aspecting the 9th house, and the effect created by the Moon situated in the 3rd house is destroying Saturn's aspect on the 3rd house. That is, the native gets failure in the matter of adventure or enterprise, whereas the matter of fortune he obtains success. For instance, the birth chart given below, I can't draw the birth chart given below. The moon is considered to be powerful for the 9th house. Here, the moon is considered to be powerful for the 9th house. It is in, let's say, Virgo, and moon is in Virgo, and your Jupiter and Saturn is in Pisces, right? So here, suitable effect created by Saturn in the 9th house is destroyed by moon aspecting the 9th house, and the effect created by moon situated in the is destroyed by Saturn's aspect on the 3rd house. So that is, The native gets failure in the matter of adventure and enterprise because Saturn aspects it, adventure, whereas the matter of fortune, it obtains success because Moon is aspecting it. And it is in the house of Jupiter. What is the result given by Mars if he is under the third aspect of Saturn? If Mars is under the third aspect, that is, if he is aspected one-sided by Saturn, Mars acts as a malefic. Here, Saturn tries to move ahead and misuse the obtained power of Mars more than required. Then the result that the native can get complete failure. That is, he acts in such a way that he ruins himself. What is the result by Saturn if he is under the 8th aspect of Mars? If Saturn is under the 8th aspect of Mars, he is said to be aspected one-sided by Mars. That is, Saturn becomes dependent. Here Mars takes massive advantage of the Saturn's gigantic capacity. The native of such combination advances ahead and reaches the top of prosperity without any stop. They fulfill the aims by the gigantic capacity and obtain easy access. Please understand this very clearly. Here, Saturn is under the 8th aspect of Mars. So, Mars gets the entire advantage of this capacity. What is the meaning? What is meant by the break of debilitation combination, the break of weak retrograde combination, the break of benefic combination, and the break of benefic combination and the break of malefic combination? If any planet is debilitated, it is considered to be mean weak. Now, if any malefic planet is debilitated and in relation with another benefic planet by conjunction, opposite, or aspect, or it is own significant in houses, then the break of debilitation combination of benefic planet is caused. Whereas if any malefic planet is debilitated and is in the 6th, 8th, or 12th house, or in the relationship with Saturn, with other malefic planet, the break of debilitated combination of malefic planet is caused from weak malefic into a powerful malefic. If Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter are retrograde, he is called weak. If in exaltation with any other benefic planet, or if he is in the own house or its own signification houses, the break of weak retrograde combination is caused. If any benefic is in the 6th, 8th, or 12th house, such planet is called a weak planet, excepting Mars. And if it is supported by other benefic planet with conjunction, opposition, aspect, the break of weak combination is caused. So if benefic is in 6th, 8th alone, it is not good. But then if it is combined with any other benefic planet, then the break of the weak benefic combination is caused. It is to be noted that if a planet is of 1 or 28 degrees, except of Mars and Saturn, it is considered as a weak planet. If a planet is of 1 degree or 28 degree, it is considered to be a weak. Excepting Mars and Saturn, it is considered as a weak planet. The break of benefic combination cannot be caused by the support of any planet. 1 or 28 degree planet will not be able to help you. If any benefic planet is aspected one side by the malefic planet, and if that benefic planet is not supported by opposition aspect by any benefic asset, then this benefic planet changes from benefic into malefic planet. The break of benefic combination is called. In the same way, if a malefic planet or Saturn is aspected one side by a benefic planet, is not supported by opposition or aspect of any other malefic planet, then that planet is changed from malefic to benefic. The break in malefic combination is caused. Now let us write the names, what businesses they can do. Sun can be a grocer, cloth, paper merchant, bookseller, farmer, saint, devotee, etc. Moon, an actor, actress, dancer, poet, drawing, traveler, sculptor, jeweler, artist, sailor, philanthropist, vendor of perfumes, fragrant glass articles of soaps at above places. Mars, a doctor, lawyer, engineer, captain, commander, soldier, mysterious magician, historian, director, scientist, inventor, minister, philosopher, foreign traveler, or serves at other places. Mercury is a BCom, MCom, chartered accountant, banker, economist, mathematician, accountant, orator, translator, comedian, sweetmeat seller, supervisor, rest house, hostel, actress, or will be in such combination. Jupiter, a teacher, professor, social worker, superintendent, broker, commission agent, publisher, inspector, government, servant in city, deals in business of animals or products. Venus, a teacher, musician, art, sculpture, seller, clerk, government servant, village. Saturn, dealer of hardware, machinery, huge producer, undertakes large, huge contracts, and serves at above places. Which is your favorite planet and why? One of my most favorite planet is Sun, who leads us to the vision of God and paradise. We are protected from bad deeds, loved by the people as devotee. Sun is the indicator of wealth, honor, position, power, prestige, personality, superior type of philosophical knowledge. So I consider Sun to be a very important planet. Which is the planet disliked and why? We dislike the malefic planet Saturn because it is significant of various miseries, the significant of diseases, loss, interest, debt, expenditure, and death. Right? The inclination of mind of an agent, commander, actor, in a bookseller, the inclination of mind of an agent is to serve the society, become the devotee of God, contribute charity towards welfare of the society, and establish. So they are dealt by different planets. Now I think I have a huge list of about 200 such queries which can be answered, but I think I I'm tired now. So please go through this, and I'm sure you will enjoy it. You can go to my site www.shankeradawal.com. I've written a lot of books. Um, this is basically based on Parasha, these questions and answers. These are basic principles of astrology one should understand. And I'm sure you would have liked this video. I've been fast, but I'll do another set of questions and answers. But these are the first basic principles one should know. This is Shankar signing out. You can write to me connectingminds@gmail.com. You can buy my books at Sagar Publication, especially the encyclopedia of 12 books which I have. 6 or 7 are out, 4 or 5 I'll be writing, hopefully in my lifetime. But there are other books also, but the encyclopedia is very good. And what else? So, yeah, thanks. And of course, I'm not a professional. I do it as a hobby. It's my religion and research for the last 40 years. My basic research is in the Bhrigunadi principle, and I try to combine it with various other aspects of nakshatra, etc., to make it. And I've tested it on thousands of horoscopes. So that is my research. Any input on that research, I will be grateful. You can please send it to my email ID connectingminds@gmail.com. It is good to share, and I have no such keep on. I see some videos where people make a request that push some button and become my friend, etc., etc. I have no such thing. I do it through all this for love of astrology. So do be a part of my channel if you like it and contribute by your questions and answers. Thank you. Thank you very much.